Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thanks for subscribing. Any of those new subscribers out there, I really appreciate it. So today we are talking about Epcot Food and Wine. So that starts this week, August 29th, and runs all the way through to November 23rd, like almost till Thanksgiving. So wow, it's I think a really long time. I think it's the longest they've ever done it so far. A lot of good food. We're going to go through everything. I'm going to give you some of my tips. This is going to be like our third year in a row going. We always have a great time. And the thing is, just pace yourself, relax, have fun. So if you get a ticket into Epcot, it's included. It includes all of the food and wine. Obviously, you have to pay for whatever food, wine, beer you buy. The prices really range between like $4, $9, depending on what you get. So some people like to get Disney, what they're called like Disney gift cards that are on a band, and not the magic band, that's totally separate. You get it in the park, and you can put so much money on it. So if you're on a budget, say you put $100 on it, and then you go around, you tap your little gift card thing at each kiosk when you want to buy food or a beverage, and when you're out, you're out. So we don't really do that because we just want to eat and not think about it and just go ahead and, do whatever. I mean, that's what we're there for. So it's a little cold today. Oh my gosh. So besides the food and wine, they have concert series, which is called Beats to the Eats. And that starts on the first day, August 29th. And goes through until November 6th. No, sorry, November 19th. I have all my notes here. So, a lot to know. It has all sorts of bands. I'm going to put the list below of all the bands and the dates. Again, I think that's included in the park price. It's in Epcot. They have anybody from Tiffany to Smash Mouth, Everclear. I think I saw, 98 Degrees, 38 Special, Baha Men, Sheila E., Hanson. We're actually going to be there when Hanson's playing. Sheena Easton, Boys to Men, the Hooters. Oh, I'm talking about Hootie and the Blowfish. That's totally different. Okay, never mind. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, Joey Fatone and Friends, BB Mac. So the list goes on and on and on. So good concert series. Definitely check it out if you have time. A good way to kind of sit and relax and take a load off. And yeah, it's you can even hear it if you're walking by. You can hear them playing depending what time. It doesn't say what time they go on. I just have the dates on here. I'll have to look that up, and if I can find the information, I'll put it below as well. So as far as the food goes. So if you've ever been to Epcot, and if you haven't, I'll explain. Epcot is full of little like mini versions of each country. And each country has that country's food flavor. Same thing with their wines and their beers. So if you go to Germany, you're going to get German food. Ah, there goes my notes. Oh no, it's very windy. So, oh my goodness. You'll get German beers, German wines, all that, so you kind of get the idea. So what we've done in the past, and maybe this is not for you, but this is what I recommend, is once you see the menus of all the foods, and you can kind of go around and look, they have the menus out in the front of each kiosk of all the food, the drinks, how much everything costs. I think a breakdown of even what's in it. So if you have an allergy to something, you'll see what's in each item. But I'm going to put all that information below too on the foods and for what country. And I'm going to go get my note because that's the first page. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back. So what was I? Oh, so yeah. But what I tell people is, especially when it comes, oh my gosh, what happened to my hair? Especially when it comes to alcoholic drinks, pace yourself. I know you want to try everything. Take a break in between, sit down somewhere, go on a ride. I guess D23 just announced new stuff going on in Epcot. I haven't read all the information yet. So, this might be last year to go on Epcot Spaceship Earth. It's closing down for, I guess, a year or two for refurbishment. So, you know, you go on Spaceship Earth, go on Test Track. So you kind of like break up the day and not eat the entire day. You know, this way you're not stuffed and you won't finish everything that you want to try. So we normally don't eat this entire day. We don't eat like a sit-down meal. Breakfast, lunch, probably dinner. We just kind of, my husband likes calling it, we graze. We graze around all the countries. We don't obviously eat at every single country, but we pick and choose. Can't remember how many we did last year, and it's not huge portions. I mean, the portions, you know, are like this big, something like that. It's usually like one of them is like short ribs and some kind of polenta or something. I know Canada has, which I always get, is their filet mignon. It has like mushrooms and a truffle butter sauce, and it usually has some kind of little bit of rice or a bed of something underneath it. And literally the steak is like teeny tiny, and that's one of the more expensive, obviously because it's the filet, one of the more expensive things. Yeah, this doesn't have all the prices, but let me just go. I'm not gonna go through all this because it is a lot. And you can get a menu, or not a menu, I'm sorry, a map online of where all these are. But I'm gonna tell you what the country is and what each thing is. So one is called Active Eats. So Active Eats, I think, is in, before you kind of get into the countries. It's like, so you can go up, obviously, when you get into the World Showcase, you can make a left and go towards the Caribbean, Mexico, all around that way. If you go right, you'll hit like Canada, Ireland, England, all that area, Germany, and make your way around that way. So we always, for some strange reason, go right because those are the countries we like the most. And then as we get around towards the back end of it, it's countries we not like the food wise, sorry. I should probably phrase that better. Our food palette isn't really, we're not big fans of Indian food or Japanese and Chinese foods. Certain things for me, I think he likes more stuff than I do when it comes to that. So I'm a really picky eater, so it has nothing to do with anything else except that I'm a picky eater. So Active Eats, I think that's before you take the right to get to Canada. I think it's that way. That's where I'm thinking. I might have some video. I'm going to put video clips in as I'm talking to kind of show you from last year, and I'll put a link somewhere up here or here of our trip to Epcot last year. Obviously, some of the food's going to be different, but I think we did go to Active Eats, and so you kind of get an idea of where that is. So as an example of Active Eats, loaded macaroni and cheese with pepper, bacon, cheddar, and leeks. That's one option. You have a spicy salmon with Uncle Ben's quinoa and ancient grains, medley crushed avocado and sherry vinegar. And they have, I don't know if you can see, my notes are. Where is it? Over here. No, over here. Oh my God, it's like the opposite of what you have GF and all this other stuff. It's gluten-free options. It tells you right there. Vegan options. What's KA? I don't know. I will find that out. I'm not sure what KA is. So if you're a vegan or a vegetarian or you need gluten-free options, you'll see on the menu which one's which. So let's see, for beverages, they have an MIA Beer Company Lime Hard Sparkling Water, Key Lime Hard Sparkling Water, from Florida. I cannot pronounce a lot of the stuff. I guess that's just a wine from Washington Valley, and another one from Oregon, a Pinot Noir from Oregon. So that's the active eats. Africa, I don't think I'm gonna, well, I might do. There's a Kenyan coffee barbecue beef tenderloin and a sweet potato corn mealy pap and some kind of slaw. That sounds really good. And then they have their lagers, a couple of wines from Africa that you can also do. Some countries you can actually do wine flights or beer flights, which is kind of cool. If there's a lot of beer or wine options and you don't want to choose one, they'll give you like these little cups in like a cardboard like tray, and they're like, you know, a little more than the sipping size of different wines and beers. And obviously you have to be 21 to drink any of this alcoholic stuff. They do have non-alcoholic stuff as well, just so you know. Waters, juices, some kind of mocktails sometimes, depending where you go. So, but I'm just kind of going over what I see here, and you can definitely find those options as well. The Alps. So this is where the Frozen Ever After ride is. You can get a Swiss cheese and baby potatoes, on a baguette, a venison stew, crushed potatoes, and usually there's one dessert that they do too. So it's a blueberry and almond frangipane tart with creme fraiche cream and blue diamond almonds. Beverages, again, they have a frozen rosé, and also wine flights. The frozen rosé actually sounds very good, especially on a hot day. That'd be really refreshing. New this year is going to be Appleseed Orchard. I'm not sure where this is. It's kind of like an autumn type menu. So they have a charcuterie and cheese plate with Burton's Maplewood Farm Applejack Brandy, barrel-aged maple syrup, and a caramel apple popcorn, and a ton of beverages. A frozen apple pie. That sounds very good. A lot of different beers, ciders. Wow, a ton. Woodchuck hard cider. A Conundrum red blend from California. I don't even know. A Cabernet from North Coast. A Zinfandel from Napa Valley. Beer flights, cider flights. Oh, they have cider flights too. And wine flights. So, yeah, I mean, you kind of get an idea of what each country has. And like I said, I have like 12 pages of all the different countries over here. I don't have time to go through all of them, but I will post them below so you kind of get an idea. And it's good to know because then you can kind of like, oh, I definitely want this at this country, or I want this at this country. And you kind of have an idea before you go, you know, how much food you'll want. And don't worry, because you're doing a lot of walking too. And so you'll be obviously, you know, working off this food. So it's a great time. We love it every year we go. Like I said, just pace yourself, take your time, take breaks, sit down, go in air conditioning, go shopping, go on rides. It's fun for everybody. Anybody that likes food, obviously. And yeah, we have a blast every time. And you know, it starts at 11, I think. The park opens like at 9. So what we've done in the past is we go right when the park opens. We get as many rides as we can out of the way first, and then at 11 o'clock we're starving, and I don't eat breakfast that morning. We have a cup of coffee or something, and then by the time we're done with the rides, Food and Wine's open, and we go into the World Showcase and make our way around and have a blast. So last time, gosh, we got done, and we were tired by like 3 o'clock. And we went back to the hotel, we relaxed, sat by the pool at the hotel, and I don't think we were really that hungry for dinner. I think maybe we went and got like a small bite, like an appetizer or something, but all that food, you're really not too hungry. I mean, obviously, if you have kids, it's a different story. We don't, it's just me and my husband, so we just kind of, you know, go at our own pace, and if we don't want to eat, we don't eat, you know, for dinner. It's a great day thing, obviously. Also depends on the kids too. It's hot, don't forget, make sure you drink a lot of water. Don't think you're drinking, obviously, if you're drinking beer and wine and frosés and all that other stuff, that's, you know, you're hydrating, you're not. So be careful. Drink a lot of water in between those things. Between the heat and the alcohol, never a good combination. I remember one year, I think it might have been the first year, it was god awful hot. And I didn't drink any of the alcoholic beverages because it was so hot. Like, I really probably would have started feeling nauseous if I drank anything alcoholic in that heat. And I probably would have made me feel like I was already, even though we were eating from the heat, I was kind of feeling lightheaded, and we kept going into air-conditioned stores and rides and stuff like that to cool off because, like, I felt like I was gonna pass out. Then I was drinking water and all that stuff. But sometimes the heat can just get to you, you know, if you're not used to it. I mean, I live out on the East Coast. It obviously gets hot here, but not Florida hot every day. It's humid. It's in the 90s. We're going in the end of October. This is the latest we've ever gone to Florida, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, it's a little teeny tiny little bit cooler. So yeah, if you guys have any questions on Food and Wine, Epcot, rides, whatever, put a question down below and I will definitely get back to you. And with that, I hope this helped. Enjoy Food and Wine if you're going. And I will be posting my video when we get back. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.